In the ancient world, where gods walked among mortals and the skies crackled with the energy of divine power, the story of Zeus's formidable weapon, the thunderbolt, began long before the Olympian gods claimed their thrones on Mount Olympus. The origins of this weapon, feared by all and revered by many, are steeped in mystery, betrayal, and a secret that could alter the very fabric of existence. Long ago, before the rise of the Olympians, the world was ruled by the Titans, colossal beings of immense strength and wisdom. Among them was Cronus, the Lord of Time, who fathered several children, including Hestia, Demeter, Hera, Hades, Poseidon, and Zeus. Cronus, however, was driven by a fear of prophecy that foretold he would be overthrown by one of his own sons. To prevent this fate, he swallowed each of his children at birth, believing that by consuming them, he could retain his power indefinitely. But Rhea, his wife and sister, could not bear to watch her children perish. When Zeus was born, she devised a cunning plan. She wrapped a stone in swaddling clothes and presented it to Cronus, who, deceived, swallowed the stone instead of his newborn son. Rhea then took Zeus to the island of Crete, where he was raised in secret by nymphs and the divine goat, Amalthea, who nourished him with her milk. As Zeus grew, so did his power, and he vowed to rescue his siblings and overthrow Cronus. The secret of Zeus's thunderbolt lies in the depths of this tumultuous history. It was forged not in the fires of Olympus, but in the heart of the earth itself, within the cavernous depths of Tartarus, the prison of the Titans. There, the Cyclopes, master craftsmen and children of Gaia, were imprisoned alongside the Titans. Zeus, upon reaching maturity, sought the Cyclopes, knowing they possessed the skill to create weapons of unimaginable power. In a daring move, Zeus descended into Tartarus, where he faced the wrath of the Titans and the darkness that dwelled within. He fought valiantly, proving his worthiness and determination to free the Cyclopes. After a fierce battle, he triumphed, and the Cyclopes, grateful for their liberation, agreed to forge for him a weapon that would rival the might of Cronus. Under the watchful gaze of the stars, the Cyclopes crafted the thunderbolt, channeling the raw energy of the cosmos into a single, magnificent weapon. It was said to be forged from the very essence of the sky and the earth, imbued with the power of storms and the fury of the sea. The thunderbolt crackled with energy, a symbol of Zeus's authority and a reminder of the chaos that had once reigned. As Zeus ascended to Olympus, armed with his thunderbolt, he rallied his siblings and led them in a rebellion against Cronus and the Titans. The battle that ensued was cataclysmic, shaking the foundations of the world. Thunder roared, and lightning illuminated the skies as Zeus wielded his weapon with unmatched ferocity. With every strike of the thunderbolt, the Titans were cast down, their reign ending in a blaze of divine fury. But the power of the thunderbolt came with a hidden cost, a secret that even Zeus himself would come to understand only later. The Cyclopes, in their wisdom, had imbued the weapon with a fragment of their own essence, a piece of their souls, forever bound to the thunderbolt. This connection granted the weapon its immense power, but also tied it to the fate of the Cyclopes. Should the thunderbolt ever be misused or wielded with malice, it would not only bring destruction upon the world, but would also unleash the wrath of the Cyclopes, who would rise again to reclaim their power. In the aftermath of the Titanomachy, Zeus became the king of the gods, ruling with the thunderbolt in hand. He established order among the chaos, but whispers of the thunderbolt's true origins and the secret it held lingered in the shadows. The gods, though powerful, were not immune to the temptations of their own desires. Hera, Zeus's wife, often questioned his decisions and the weight of the power he wielded. She sensed a darkness lurking within the thunderbolt, a potential for destruction that could be unleashed if the weapon were ever turned against the innocent. As eons passed, the story of the thunderbolt transformed into legend, its origins forgotten by most. Mortals revered Zeus as a god of justice, but few knew the truth behind his weapon. The whispers of the Cyclopes remained a secret, buried deep within the annals of time. Yet, one mortal, a young scholar named Callista, stumbled upon ancient texts that hinted at the thunderbolt's true nature. Driven by curiosity and a thirst for knowledge, she dedicated her life to uncovering the hidden story behind the formidable weapon. Callista's journey led her to the ruins of ancient temples, where she deciphered inscriptions and pieced together fragments of the past. She learned of the Cyclopes, their craftsmanship, and the bond they shared with the thunderbolt. As she delved deeper into her research, she discovered the prophecy that foretold the return of the Cyclopes should the thunderbolt ever be misused. This revelation sent shivers down her spine. What if Zeus, in his pursuit of power, had unknowingly set into motion a chain of events that could lead to the return of the very beings he had sought to overthrow? Determined to reveal the truth, Callista sought the counsel of the Oracle of Delphi. The Oracle, shrouded in mystery and wisdom, listened intently as Callista recounted her findings. After a moment of silence, the Oracle spoke in riddles, warning her of the consequences of unveiling secrets that were meant to remain hidden. The thunderbolt is not merely a weapon, but a bond between worlds. To know its secret is to hold the fate of gods and mortals in your hands. With this cryptic message, Callista understood the gravity of her discovery. The thunderbolt was more than a symbol of Zeus's power. It was a key to understanding the delicate balance between creation and destruction. As she contemplated her next steps, she felt an overwhelming sense of responsibility. The truth could change everything, but could she bear the burden of such knowledge? In her quest for answers, Callista sought allies among the scholars and philosophers of her time. Together, they formed a clandestine group dedicated to studying the ancient texts and unraveling the mysteries of the gods. They met in secret, sharing their findings and exploring the implications of the thunderbolt's origins. As their understanding deepened, so did their concerns about the potential consequences of Zeus's reign. Meanwhile, Zeus, unaware of the brewing storm, continued to rule with a heavy hand. He wielded the thunderbolt not just as a weapon, but as a means of control. With each display of power, he instilled fear in the hearts of mortals, ensuring their obedience. Yet, beneath the surface, cracks began to form in his divine facade. The whispers of dissent among the gods grew louder, and Hera, ever watchful, sensed the turmoil brewing within her husband. As Callista and her allies delved deeper into their studies, they uncovered a prophecy that spoke of a champion who would rise against the tyranny of the gods, armed with the knowledge of the thunderbolt's true origins. This champion would possess the power to either save the world or plunge it into chaos. Realizing that she could be this champion, Callista felt the weight of destiny upon her shoulders. With newfound determination, she set out to confront Zeus. Armed with the knowledge of the thunderbolt's origins and the secret of the Cyclopes, she journeyed to Olympus, a place of both awe and trepidation. As she ascended the mountain, she felt the air crackle with energy, a reminder of the power that lay within Zeus's grasp. Upon reaching the gates of Olympus, Callista was met with skepticism and resistance. The gods, accustomed to their divine authority, were wary of a mortal daring to challenge their rule. Yet, Callista stood firm, her voice unwavering as she recounted the story of the thunderbolt, the Cyclopes, and the prophecy that foretold the return of the Titans. Zeus, intrigued yet defensive, summoned the council of the gods. The air thickened with tension as Callista laid bare the truth, revealing the hidden story behind the thunderbolt. The gods listened in silence, their expressions a mixture of disbelief and concern. Hera, who had long questioned Zeus's methods, stepped forward, urging her husband to heed Callista's warning. As the debate raged on, Zeus felt the weight of the thunderbolt in his grasp, its power both a blessing and a curse. He realized that the weapon he wielded was not merely a tool of dominance, but a reminder of the fragility of power. The Cyclopes, once his allies, now loomed as a threat, their essence intertwined with the very weapon that had secured his reign. In that moment of reckoning, Zeus faced a choice. He could continue down the path of tyranny, risking the return of the Cyclopes and the chaos that would ensue, or he could embrace the truth and seek a new path, one of balance and understanding. As he pondered his decision, the echoes of the past reverberated through Olympus, reminding him of the sacrifices made and the lives lost in the struggle for power. With a heavy heart, Zeus lowered the thunderbolt, acknowledging the wisdom in Callista's words. He understood that true power lay not in domination, but in the ability to unite and protect. The thunderbolt, once a symbol of fear, could become a beacon of hope if wielded with care and responsibility. In the days that followed, a new era dawned on Olympus. Zeus, alongside Callista and the other gods, sought to restore balance to the world. They forged alliances with the Cyclopes, recognizing their craftsmanship and wisdom as integral to the preservation of peace. Together, they worked to harness the power of the thunderbolt, using it not as a weapon of destruction, but as a force for good. Callista, now a revered figure among both mortals and gods, continued her studies, ensuring that the secrets of the past would not be forgotten. She became a bridge between worlds, guiding the gods in their newfound understanding of power and responsibility. The thunderbolt, once a harbinger of chaos, transformed into a symbol of unity, reminding all that even the mightiest of weapons could be wielded for the greater good. As time passed, the story of the thunderbolt and its origins became a legend, a tale of redemption and transformation. The Cyclopes, no longer seen as mere craftsmen, were honored as guardians of wisdom, their connection to the thunderbolt celebrated in festivals and rituals. Zeus, now a benevolent ruler, guided both gods and mortals with a steady hand, ensuring that the lessons of the past would not be forgotten. In the end, the true origins of Zeus's formidable weapon became a testament to the power of choice, the importance of understanding, and the enduring legacy of unity. The hidden story behind the thunderbolt, once a secret shrouded in darkness, illuminated the path forward, reminding all that even in the face of great power, it is the choices we make that define our destiny.